Thank you for visiting the Coin Series channel again. Who are you with? Your vote enter in the option community. Everyone is talking about the next ETF in the cryptocurrency markets, and we need to talk about the Solana to total market size as we're getting close to that target. I have been harping on the topic of how we will talk about Palau when XRP makes a major announcement about Ripple, the potential impact of Coinbase or any of the Jim Cramer ETFs on XRP, and what 2024 holds for us holders for quite some time. We shouldn't dally any longer. This is going to affect a lot of people's lives in significant ways. Approximately $43,974 in Bitcoin, a decline of 3.4% from the previous day, is indicated by that. Ethereum will be delivered at 23 hours 70 minutes. This represents a decline of about 0.5%. Since USDT/USDD is a steady coin pegged to the dollar, we may examine USD, shall we? Its value has risen 2.78% to $1.03. A money rotation is about to occur in USDC, which will stimulate these cryptocurrency markets, therefore you should monitor it closely. That place is rocking. Here is a rundown of where the Bitcoin industry stands right now, 1.5 trillion. Upon reaching 1.75, I expect a slight decline in the market before we restart our rise. In order to get you ready for these markets, they will, as promised, send you to sleep. Oh my God. Take note of the present scenario, Solana. $107, check out the year's highlights as we pull it up. 8.16% per annum. It was likely that Solana had died. This scenario is far from done. It is unclear who is pumping Solana at the moment. Very nicely. Solana network, meme currencies are receiving a sizable chunk of this total. You can predict the result of a meme. I contacted them. You are investing in a bubble that will deflate at some point, and when it does, you will be utilized as a means of liquidity. Does it have any chance of survival? The reasoning behind it is obvious to me. No apparent reason for it not to be, as far as I can see. Got it. Less than 70% of the time, it might go on. Nonetheless, refunded sales. Our present focus on XRP, the cryptocurrency, and its potential gains has come to an end. I understand, it isn't having much of an impact. Since 2017, I've seriously been putting things on hold. Having XRP in your possession can be frustrating, and I get it. But this is at a record high. Seriously, this is never seen before. Remember those idyllic times I've stated anywhere from 3 miles to $6.50, but that's where we're at our best. The year 2024 will see the first arrival of XRP holders. Prepare yourself thoroughly. You are not considered a part of the Lux Lions family unless. We had a great auction earlier today, countless wonderful pieces. When it comes to NFT initiatives, Lux Lions will rule the XRP ledger and the market. An announcement of genuinely astounding magnitude is on the horizon. As of right now, no details have been made public. These NFTs will be shared soon, so now is the time to buy up. Moreover, 30% will be credited back to your account on the 1st of each month. Soon, paydays will be here. Your payout will be processed as long as your purchase is made before January 1st. The fact that crypto will launch this and that he supports it wholeheartedly is fantastic. This is the exact spot. The XRP bubble will have burst by 2024, proving everyone wrong. His assessment is spot on. During our previous bull run, our stock price was on the verge of reaching an all-time high when the SEC chose to drop their complaint against us, sending our stock price soaring. All of that is now history, as XRP is not even a security in the US anymore. Bitcoin, according to the US Treasury, is not a security. Think about the ETFs and the institutional money that has been or will be pouring into the market. Just picture the establishments that will be investing in these honest coins. Just imagine the billions of dollars they would lose if they invested in a token without clear US legislation. The SEC could decide to come down on that coin. Thus, they will not do it. For that reason, the decision between Ripple and SEC was crucial. We can now identify XRP a guy. Jason announced this as breaking news. The fact that TC would never approve Jim Cramer's preferred Bitcoin ETF is all the information we need. His point is that you are prepared for what's to come, so you should disregard this man's advice and succeed nonetheless. He asserts that your approval will never be forthcoming. Since ETFs have already been granted multiple times, I can assure you that we will receive multiple spot Bitcoin ETF approvals from all these different firms. I will swing by this way soon. The thing that needs addressing is this. There is a systematic approach to checking off these AP agreements. Approximately 4 to 8 ETFs are expected to be forecasted via ticker as we go down the list. Bitcoin exchange-traded funds will not be monopolized by any one entity. Maybe we get one initially, but then they tell the other companies, listen, we don't like your documentation. Return and do it again. And they plan to do it that way. The next step is for the approvals to be finalized, at which point Chad's performance will unfold. All of the shares in the Bitcoin ETF will be greenlit. Here you go, the document is right here. Good news, everyone. The participation agreement deed is finally here, and among the 21 Bitcoin ETF shares licensed out of Delaware, Azov is the key corporation. This amount of institutional capital backing an ETF has never before occurred in the history of cryptocurrency. New heights will be reached by crypto. The current market valuation of cryptocurrencies is around $1.7 trillion. It might potentially soar to $20 trillion in an unexpected surge, and projections put it at $4 to $7 trillion. This is something I've been stating for some time. That is, if the institutions join the market, which I believe they will. Maybe this cryptocurrency market upswing is it for the foreseeable future. Once a market is established, the volume ranges from 4 to 7 trillion, give or take. The idea that the value of these cryptocurrencies may surge 800% in a year is hardly shocking. While they are able to do so now due to low liquidity, institutions will eventually legitimize these markets. At Consensus, you may catch Brad Garland's home from May 29th through the 31st. He will be present during the scheduled speech. Chris Dixon, Hester Pierce, and Tim Draper are also anticipated to be in attendance. Consequently, you will see one of Jay Clayton's faces. My doubts about that are profound. This club is on its way to us. A lot of people find it fascinating, however I acquired the bad taste. Do not kid yourself into thinking that cryptocurrency will replace traditional currencies. That's all there is to it. The US dollar's value will be steady. There will be no change to the circulation of the peso, euro, or yen. To the contrary, the cryptocurrencies that back these currencies will only make them stronger. What we're talking about here is tokenization. In this context, we are talking about physical items. Watch this video to hear Palau talk about their work with XRP, tokenization, and Ripple. Because a lot of, dare I say it, false information is floating about. Of course, but with made-up identities. Many people also wrongly assume that the Palaus did not issue a stable coin or that its intended usage is different from what it actually is. In an attempt to replace the US dollar. Developing a payment system to enable transactions for the Plowmans in Palau and tokenizing and digitizing the US dollar are part of the second step, which entails bringing that financial partner on board. They are also receptive to the notion of setting up a comparable arrangement where the money is set aside for when it's needed. In addition, the stable coin is its only purpose. Well done on coming up with that plan. I mean, could it be applied by any bank on earth? On the other hand, would ambiguity suffice? Bank? Obtaining FDIC insurance, ideally Tier 1, would be greatly appreciated by the bank. But there are other options, and we are only one of them. Ripple was a huge help when it came to starting conversations with different banks. Their connections and network are vast. Thus, we are aiming to discover an answer. Coming up quickly. In this place, Christmas has arrived. Based on what Jay mentioned, a leading bank will be announced for Phase 2. This phase will replicate Phase 1 by setting aside cash exclusively to back the stable coin. Using the XRPP token and the public XRP ledger, this stablecoin is pegged to the value of $1 in 1 year. This is the kind of thing that world central banks are likely to do. I can tell you with absolute certainty that the Federal Reserve is utilizing this as a test bed. Keep an eye on this project, because they are piloting a dollar, backed by the cryptocurrency XRP. Keep an eye out since the Tier 1 bank announcement is about to happen. On top of that, I anticipate seeing it over the better part of next year. Together, we will be the icing on the cake. Are you interested in talking about formal organizations? Could it be Coinbase? When it was close to $50, Coinbase's price fell. So far this year, the price of Coinbase has skyrocketed by about 422%. To whom do you attribute my lineage? Coinbase, what is it? Doc, how did you feel that day? No. Renowned brands in the field include Coinbase will become the leading U.S. cryptocurrency exchange after being kicked out of the country by the SEC. Now that we're down to 3, and Coinbase is obviously ahead, we understand your point of view if you wish to change things up. Despite being a publicly traded firm and having SEC authorization, the SEC has not yet prosecuted any of the cryptocurrencies listed on that exchange. This is quite curious. The stock price increase of less than 22% is now apparent. It is my deepest hope that the cryptocurrency markets will be significantly affected by institutionalization. I eagerly anticipate the 2024 XRP all-time high. Do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Catch you later, farewell.